As either live interact with or live with the Sasquatch. Thank you for joining my March 2nd live show where we talk about Sasquatch. I've been studying Sasquatch for almost 2 decades now. So I've become a knower in Sasquatch, and it's been a wonderful, incredible journey. And I made the documentary Discovering Bigfoot for all of us to help move forward and facilitate this wonderful, important discovery. And I will be answering questions online. It is 7 o'clock, and I've got likes already. So whenever you guys have questions, I'll be willing to answer them, happy to answer them. And I love, one of my favorite things to say is, I don't know. That's actually why I do this show. Hello, Steel Manhammer. Hi, Ginger Paranormal. Cool. So I guess, unfortunately, much into my pain, hey, Andy, thanks for coming. Much to my pain, the Sasquatch phenomenon is considered paranormal. Bothers me when Discovery Channel calls me a paranormal researcher, because it's not paranormal. It's absolutely real. Sasquatch exists. Aloha from Hawaii, man. Something Hawaii's calling me, and it's got nothing to do with Sasquatch. So I'm getting called there. It's the Dragonfly Lullaby, and I'm not gonna lie. Ashley is here. She's an expeditioner of mine, and she just doesn't want to come on camera today. But I'm gonna reference her once in a while. And what's Dave Avocado? Ash? Avocado Dave? Who's he?
David Wolf. Yeah.
David Wolf is also someone who's been talking to me on Instagram. He looks like a person of immense power, and I really like his mindset. So I'm getting called to Hawaii, but it'll have nothing to do with Sasquatch, because there are no Sasquatch in Hawaii. I'm very, very convinced of that, because the locals don't say. Hello, Warrior Max. Hi, everybody. You know, it's funny, at the beginning of the show, by the end of the show, people would be complaining they didn't answer their questions. At the beginning of the show, everybody's saying hi, and that's awesome. So, you're no woo? Okay. Good day. I say good day. Do you say good day, Ash? A lot of Canadians say good day. She's bothered that I'm going to reference her all the time. So maybe she'll come over here and start talking and answer some questions. But I love having expeditioners around. And yeah, it's from England. It's 2 a.m. That is awesome. We often have Amanda, who's from the UK. You still say England? I thought you guys said the UK. Uk. I find the UK, like, that abbreviation is annoying. Uk. It's Uk. I know it's the United Kingdom, but like USA is like cool, right? But Uk. No wonder you say England. No disrespect to anybody. Hey, James, I've just been working on you. James is Throwback Thursday. This is James Penner, ladies and gentlemen, trusted colleague and friend. So I hope your ice bath went well. Good day from Melbourne, Australia. You hang in there, Australia. I know what's going on with you guys. Peace, man. Canada and Australia having a tough time. I see peace envoys or peace things coming through in the United States too. So that's awesome. So Jake, hey Todd, can one know if they are in danger when coming in contact with a Sasquatch? Yes, you can know. They will make it very, very obvious. When you're dealing with these primates as they are, they're like the way I don't want to call them animals, because people get offended by that. I'm an animal. But the way dogs have an honesty, the way cats are honest, they hate you, they like you, and they're just honest and blatant about that. Sasquatch are like that, dude. I think the problem, Jake, with Sasquatch is sometimes they'll over intimidate you and not mean it. Because when they smash a tree or stomp on the ground, it can mean various things, right? You have to understand you're dealing with these incredibly powerful giant primates like gorillas, and they can throw each other around, they can smash things, break things. They're super awesome, amazing, powerful. They're like born and raised, like, they kill elk. They love the elk, they love the deer, they love those species like human beings never will. Really great hunters that I know, they love deer and elk, but not like the Sasquatch do. And yet they kill them and eat them. So you're dealing with a mentality that our domesticated minds have a lot of problems understanding. So the power, the abilities they know they can just snap your neck and kill you at any time. So the natives taught me in their native tongue, a universal thing about Sasquatch is, if you mess with Sasquatch, take your last breath. You'll be gone. You'll disappear. And I go out into my research knowing that if I take beautiful Ashley Anna with me, if the Sasquatch latch on her and take off with her, there's not really much I can do. You saw that with the Natasha episode, right, where we talked about that. But you'll really just the body language, The things like if they throw rocks at you, if they want to hit you, they'll hit you. So they throw rocks to get your attention, not to harm you. If they want you harmed, you're gonna get harmed. So just remember that in what you're dealing with. Take everything with an ounce of salt. But if they latch on you and hurt you and they blatantly put pain on you, they're telling you don't hang around. It's really, I find it to be, I know every Sasquatch is going to be different. They're different individuals in different areas, but they're really going to do their best to communicate with you and just try to breathe and perceive what's going on, take in this information I've given you. That's a foundation that you can build off after that. So if that makes sense. Quick question. Any feeding behaviors that you've witnessed? I saw what I would describe as freshwater clam foraging. And that is from Warrior Max 2013. Awesome question. But it's going to be different in every area. Like I say, follow the food. But when there's no berries, when there's no grubbers, tubers, when there's very little food sources, they're going to follow the elk. When the salmon are spawning, they're going to go where the salmon are. So it's really up to you and your ecosystem. I've heard people telling me to go after corn in cornfields. So why not? So hello from Long Island, New York. Hi from Arizona. How's it going? I guess I came out of my room and been seen time from time. I'd be considered paranormal. Oh, right. Robert's saying, I guess if I came out of my room and was seen from time to time, I'd be considered. Yeah, absolutely right. So I just don't like, putting Sasquatch in the category of Loch Ness and aliens and ghosts. Because it's not like that. It's very. I don't believe in Sasquatch. I know they exist. I'm not a believer, and the people that I take out, like, let me ask Ashley, are you a believer or do you know Sasquatch are real? And her answer is she absolutely knows they're real. So, did you know they were real before you went on an expedition with me?
No, I just believe they were real.
So she was a believer, and now she's a knower, and so many people like that. Even is Logan on today? Logan comes on a lot. He didn't see a Sasquatch, but he saw some pretty amazing stuff. So, but yeah, and be honest with yourself, right? Don't know and don't go from believe to know until you've been convinced, until you've seen it, until you know it in your heart, right? I respect people that believe. I respect people that are skeptical. I respect people that are sure they don't exist. It's all sides of it. So yeah, it's no disrespect. I appreciate your honesty and your opinion. What I don't like is frauds. When when you BS me, that's not cool. Hey Todd, Jody from Cape Cod, love what you do. Hi Jody. Yeah, I have a lady from Cape Cod that just so took care of me. Got me some Cape Cod jelly and some lobster stuff and t-shirts and stuff. It was wonderful. Cape Cod looks beautiful. I love seafood. I can't wait to go there again because I was there. I had the clams that were just my favorite clams in the whole world. Never had clams that good my whole life. So, do Sasquatch act much different than a pride of lions do? Yeah, immensely. Lion males leave also, but there's a similarity, right? When you're talking about dominant males, and that's my theory. That I'm only really, gosh, I'm only 70-30 on that theory because they could have monogamous groups. Ash, do you think they're monogamous or there's a dominant male that breeds with all the females? What does your heart tell you? Do you think Jane has a husband off from her dad, or Ash has a very special relationship with Jane, who is video 4 Sasquatch? Is there a picture of her behind me? No. But do you think, how,
In my heart, I feel that they're, I don't know, monogamous is what came in.
so she's not sure is your answer. Still needs to think about it. So I really I encourage my colleagues. She's a colleague. She's how many expeditions you went? 2 expeditions last year, and then she'll do I don't know 4 this year. So why one of the reasons I latched onto her is the empathic, the female perspective, and then also she's local. That's huge. She's local, and and then she come out lots. I got my local people, and I want them out here lots. If you're from Texas, it's hard to get out here all the time. Whereas, she can come out for a weekend if she wants, and I'm encouraging that. She come out for a week. She come out and do it on her own when she's trained enough. She doesn't have her gun license yet, so she's gonna get that. She's giving me a funny look. Hello, Hawaii. Hello, Wisconsin. I have a question. Thank you, Ginger Paranormal. Cool. I have a question that's been an argument of mine. Now, my friend says that Sasquatch can smell something like trail cams. That's why they don't come near them. Ah, smell? I would say probably, but I'm telling you, Ginger, there are so many. Do you understand like a little piece of glass is always on a game camera? Do you understand that these are the greatest trackers that have ever lived? Not only are they probably watching you put up the game cam, dumbass that I am, I almost sure they were watching me put the game cams up. But even if they're not, they can come back 3 days later and see my trackway where I went and sat down, dug a hole, and put a game cam. And there's no way you can hide them. You understand, Ginger, and your friend? These guys are great. I'm an excellent tracker. I've really impressed people with my tracking abilities. Sasquatch are significantly better trackers than me, and there's nobody that's going to hide a game camera on me. Not in this lifetime. It is not going to happen. Ever. And they're way better trackers than me. And there's way more to it than that. You simply can't do it. And even worse than that, start putting that stuff around, they'll stop coming around. So watch my video tomorrow, Ginger. It's my Thursday video. I'm going to talk about how that what we saw, what we witnessed, what we were there for, what's undeniable. If you start to verse them, if you start to try to manipulate them and put game cameras up and play these little games, they stop coming around. They will recognize that. It starts with this, Ginger. Go up to a domesticated cow. Just walk up to cows and they don't care. Sneak up on a stupid domesticated cow. It'll lose its mind. You crawl down on the ground, you sneak up on them, the cow freaks out. Because you get down like that, your intent changes. You turn into, you can't not, even just yourself, all by yourself, get down on the ground and crawl and sort of sneak up on someone. Your energy changes. If a cow can recognize it and they're a domesticated disaster, you can't, okay, if I put a cow in the wilderness, it's not going to survive. The wolves are going to eat the whole herd and move on to the next. They can't survive. They're domesticated. They have no place in the wilderness anymore. They're done. So never mind a deer that's at a way higher level, elk, moose, right? These are very intelligent beings. They're going to recognize that. You take on a Sasquatch that are spiritual and connected and have a brilliant, they're hominids like us that never left the wilderness, that never separated from wilderness, that never accepted technology. All these layers. It's really, from my perspective, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely preposterous to think. And you have to understand something else too, Jane. These are my teachers. The Sasquatch come around and interact with us because they're teaching. Ashley over there is Jane, who's video 4's favorite student. Jane has changed her life, literally pierced Ashley's heart in a way that has changed her life. Am I wrong? In a call, literally, we're walking out of an area. Jane comes out and makes a call specifically to Ashley that is so piercing to her heart that has changed her life for the better. Am I making this up, Ashley? Or am I precisely bang on?
No, you're, yeah.
I'm precisely bang on. Yes, she's nodding. Right? This is the level of spirituality and intelligence and intellectual. These are people. When this discovery comes out, this is not a bear or a special hollow owl. They're going to be people in that they're sentients. You can never put this species in a zoo. That it would be slavery. You can have them work. It would be slavery. And literally, we're going to have to come to terms with something that's very, very important that we all understand, that I've known for a long time. They are the masters of the wilderness as much as we are the masters of civilization. We're out here annihilating this beautiful planet, destroying the environment, eating too much, putting too much garbage out, all the crap that we do. They do none of that. They live in perfect equilibrium. Like, they're naked and they walk around and get food like a bear or a deer, and they eat off the land. They have no tools, but they're very spiritually connected, guys. It's very, very deep. And it's become so obvious to me because of their tracking skills, because of their ability to follow energy, literally. And this is not paranormal weird anymore. These are facts. I'll tell you something that's a quick fact. Do you know that a dog can follow you over the rocks? Do you know how a wolf or a dog can do that? They pick up the scent particles. Do you know that you can feel energy? You can literally get energetic feelings. People can feel earthquakes coming. These are known facts. I can feel that my son is in distress. People do this every day. This is a known fact. Universities know this and study it. The connectivity, it's in all kinds of movies, it's in all kinds of research. It's very, very real. If you're not on that plane, if you think that we can't have that telepathy, you're living in the dark ages. It's not paranormal at all. Now, if I can feel energy from people, the way dolphins are very special. I shouldn't bring that up. But anyways, if I can feel the energy of a person, My dog can feel the energy. My son's done it. I can feel the energy of your scent particles and follow them. But you must understand, when you have that sensitivity, when you have that level, other things fall into place. You don't get to that level of amazing and not have other incredible gifts that fall into place that a lot of people don't understand. And I am just in my infancy and starting to understand them. And I see Ashley over there nodding like crazy, because she's like, right, you are in your infancy. You got a lot to learn, boy. And I admit it. So, and if you don't think, if you're arrogant enough to think you know it all, you're in a box, man. You need to get to a bigger box and a bigger box. And when you get to the biggest box you ever saw, there's just another box. There's always going to be another layer. So I hope that helps you. It's so rich, Ginger. It's so many levels, and it's just it's that amazing. And that's why me and my people, all the people, we just love doing this work. We're more about seeking out the Sasquatch to achieve another level, to learn and get to. There's not one person that works in my cooperation that isn't getting success, that doesn't absolutely. This is a journey they're on, and it's their personal journey of discovery. It's not even you say, oh, we're Sasquatch, but we're not really. We're not really about Sasquatch. We're about our own personal growth. We're about helping this planet. And that's what the Sasquatch are teaching us. And it's really that rich. Really, really that rich. I'm really just giving you a hint of it here. So it's just the reason we haven't discovered them is because they're that amazing, because they're that spectacular. And I'm telling you, as a world famous tracker, an elite outdoorsman, they smoke me. I can't even compete with them. They're levels above me, right? I'm sitting here humbly telling you the Sasquatch would whoop my ass on every level I try to compete with them. I don't even try anymore. It's like versing the greatest evolved natural being that's ever lived. They're the apex species of their environment, right? They're the unknown. We think the wolves are the apex species. They're not. It's the Sasquatch way above them. They own it, right? So it's really that good. And look at what happens here. Ash, so Ginger says I'm in Utah. Ozzy say good day, but listen to this. What Jabe Baldwin says is the crest all pineal? Must be. Is he talking about the pineal? The pineal? Yeah, it's the pineal gland. He spelled it right. What does that mean, Ash? Is the crest all pineal? Must be. He's talking about the crest, the sagittal crest of the head. Right. You better have goosebumps. She didn't want to do the show today. She knows all about the pineal gland. Or it's not the penile gland. It's not the penis. It's the pineal gland. It's the gland. Ash, tell me. It's the gland. Where is it? Here?
Yes.
It's like is it the third eye? Is that the same thing?
That can be the same thing.
It can be the same thing. You see it all the time on the Joe Rogan show, and all these people talk about the third eye. That's the pineal gland. It's like a honeycomb, she says.
Like a pine cone.
Like a pine cone, sorry. She wouldn't come on the show. She's right over there, though. She's in the show, and I knew this was going to happen. She won't come take a chair and sit beside me. But anyways, Jeb Baldwin, you wise, amazing person. Thank you for coming on the show, my friend. It's a pleasure to have you. This is like, I almost feel like this is not even a coincidence. What was I just talking about? Right? And can you imagine Jeb? Because Jeb knows. Jeb's my friend. Jeb, I'm going to make you, if you know about the pineal gland, oh man, this thing is doing that again. I'd like to make you a moderator. I need people like you, Jeb, to help me understand. Jeb is going to help me go to another level. These are the things we need to do. So wouldn't that be amazing, Jeb? If the sagittal crest was all pineal gland. Dude, I bet Jeb has goosebumps right now. Can you imagine, man? Like, we got a little pineal gland right here. That's amazing. People do incredible things. Watch Third Eye Spies. These are people, and it seems like Ash is a big proponent of society and the powers that be are trying to plug up our pineal gland and wreck it and destroy our connections, right? Do you think so, Ash?
Yeah. 100%.
Yes, she has 100%. So she's in the show, whether she likes it or not. And I'm trying to clean it out, and we should all be trying to clean it out and grow it. And Jeb, if the Sasquatch have a pineal gland that's huge, like, can you imagine? And the whole, can you imagine, dude? Imagine. And for those of you who don't know and don't understand, go figure it out. Go clean your, and Jeb has spelled it right. Do you spell pineal gland? Pineal? That's how you spell it. So pineal gland, in case you don't see this, is P, pine, and then So Pine, Pine, and then AL. Look it up, everybody. Get yours straightened out. Figure out how that is a way that'll help you connect and better your whole life, your family, your children. Never mind Sasquatch. Hello, Robert Taylor. What a fun show today is, right? That's so cool. Thanks for being there, Ash. Please join and subscribe. Thank you, Andy, to the channel. Hit the icon bell, alert you when live shows. Live shows every Wednesday. Thanks for the support, guys. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. This is my job. This is what I do. And if you'd like to support me, I have Patreon, and you can make donations through my website. So only if it's very well within your budget. Please support our work because we are fighting for this discovery. The movie was made for you. The documentary, the what I did on Survivor Man was for you, for this discovery. If you're about this discovery, that's what I'm about. That's what she's about. That's what Darren's about. That's what James is on here about. We all are passionate about making this discovery and helping the world become a really, really a better place. Isn't that, don't you think they'll make the world a better place, Ash? Like 100%. So really, really change things in a brilliant, amazing way. Hello, New Hampshire. Lots of people who know something's going on find the truth. Thank you, Daniel. Really look for it. Isn't pineal gland like a great way to just roll with things? Isn't that a great start? How could you not learn about that and clean that out and not just become so... I should be pumping that up like crazy. I should have a little tattoo on my head. What's that? That's my pineal gland. How's yours doing? Right? Wouldn't that be just the best way to start? She's over there smiling at me right now. So, Mr. Todd, tell us more about the female Sasquatch that wears jewelry. Well, that's Jane. And I wouldn't call it jewelry. It was rabbit legs, and they were joined by elk skin, is what a native elder told me. And that's Jane. That's who we're talking about. Do you think did Jane, so Jane pierced Ashley's heart in a beautiful, beautiful way. I heard it. It was amazing. It was for her. But what did that have to do with your pineal gland? Pineal gland, Ash. Did it come through there though? Or did it go straight to the heart? Went straight to the heart, she says. So they can hit you straight in the heart. Yeah, she's just nodding. But yeah, so Jane is amazing. Jane, I believe I feel she's the shamaness. Is that what you call her? She's the female shaman. I'll tell you what I told Ashley about Jane, because Ash has this incredible relationship being built with Jane. Is Jane does whatever she wants. Jane gets away with I in my heart I feel and I know as a father that's Jane is the big guy's daughter. So as a dad I recognize that. And I see she gets away. She does whatever she wants. He's like, that's my little girl. It's not his little girl anymore. Jane is at least in her 20s. Maybe no, she's only in her 20s. But she's very spiritual. She's very connected. She's very beautiful. She's very interested in what's going on. And Jane, even I should see if I can show you guys a picture of her. I don't have my framings around, but is this Jane? That's a crappy picture. Anyways, it's video 4 photograph. You even try to understand this. Take a little journey with me. Jane is freaking famous. My videos have played on Survivor Man. Millions, tens of millions of people have seen Jane because of my videos. She's been on all sorts of news because I put Jane out there. Jane is very, very famous. So what does that do for her energy? People are thinking about her. People have posters of her up on the wall. Pictures. Ashley has a picture of Jane up on her dresser when you walk into on her mantle when you walk into her place. So what does that do? Because it matters. When you put her out there like that, when people are thinking about her, it goes into that universal connectivity, and and she knows it. She feels that she's out there. That's how spiritually connected these beings are. I hope I'm not getting too weird, because this is not weird. If you're not on this platform, if you don't really get these kind of things, you need to go start doing some research on it. You need to go watch Third Eye Spies and really start to understand what's been going on, what people have been discovering and known for a very, very long time. So it's not law of attraction stuff. This is just deep, soulful spirituality. Tell me, guys, you haven't. It's love. It's connectivity, right? But anyways, Jane has her own little thing she does, and she hasn't been connecting with me very much, and I've been disappointed in that. So it's more I'm kind of a kooky, crazy, goofy guy, and Jane is a little more serious about things. She's into other stuff. So I've been maturing, and now that Ashley's a colleague in my life, Ashley's very mature. She's very grounded. So she's not goofy at all. You're not goofy one little bit.
Not one little bit.
No, she barely says a joke. I'm like joking 50 times a day. Ashley's like one for my 100, for every 100 jokes, she has one. So you see how that's different, right? I'm goofy, I'm playful, I get along with the guys. I want to go take risks. I like jumping off cliffs. Ashley, would you ever go skydiving?
Maybe.
She's a maybe, right? Because she's conservative. She's calm. I skydive. I love that stuff. I rock climb. I used to go rock climbing, fall and bust my ass and break something and go back. It's just been my mentality, and I still think like that. So I'm attracting what you attract like. So I get Jake was like that. Jake was a main. That's why Jake is gone. Jake's not around anymore because I wouldn't be around. Man, as soon as I was living on my own when I was 14 years old. That's this guy, right? Crazy. So just really pushing the limit, really looking for the truth. That's why I got into this, because I just kept saying, kept looking for the truth, kept finding out, and the more I was inspired, the more miracles I saw, the more I pushed forward, right? So I'm trying to explain to you what Jane is not like now, right? So, but she's come back. She's because my cooperation has expanded, and she's not interested in Darren. Darren's got his own little Sasquatch. I haven't seen James anything. Matt's doing really well with his 12-year-old Sasquatch that he's got, and Jane likes Ashley, and Ashley is very focused on that, and just another layer of this discovery that makes this troop of Sasquatch that we're studying in the radium area so important. It's our hope that this discovery comes through this area, and we're doing so well. I will do everything in my power. Work with Matt, work with Darren, work with Stefan, work with Logan and Craig, and right? Who did I forget? Kyle, Ashley. We're all out there, and there's more, and we're growing, and we're all passionate about this discovery, and we're all gonna, facilitate it forward in our own way, and it's wonderful. So, Todd, on the fence believer here, tell me how something that is supposedly 7 to 8 feet tall, 600 pounds high, go look in the wilderness and understand that there's literally a population of them. I would say in my documentary that you likely haven't seen, I would say there's probably 15,000 of them, and they live in 80% of the terrain. So, and it's not hard. And let me ask you this, ball joint. That's what he calls himself. No disrespect. If you saw a Sasquatch, when I come around and see a Sasquatch, when I have photos of Sasquatch, who believes me anyway? When I take people out and show them a Sasquatch, they still don't believe me, right? When I come back with DNA and other people's testimony, Survivor Man, Jeff Meldrum, John Benedigo, Ashley Ann, Kyle, all these people, James, all these people have all these incredible encounters and sightings, and I come back and say, don't take my word for it, I'll take you out and show you a Sasquatch. What am I supposed to do? Look at the other side of the fence, because they are there. So how did the natives get fooled by them? They lived in perfect equilibrium in this continent, and they all know they exist. Were they all crazy? Show me one person that lives in equilibrium like the native people did, and they all know. The greatest Apache, Cree, Blackfoot trackers that ever lived. It just goes on and on. Ojibwa, all of them. They all know Sasquatch is real. So let me ask you this. How could people with Jeff Meldrum having tracks that have dermal ridges that are by fingerprint experts analyzed as clearly from an indigenous, original, unknown species, this foot is recognized in scientific community as from an indigenous species that currently resides in North America? That's what Jeff Meldrum did. How can we do this? And my photos and me taking people out and the DNA that's a done deal that can't be faked. How can all that evidence be there? And you still ask me how? I want to ask you, how could you not? The evidence is overwhelming. It's tremendous. Get out there and have a look for it. Watch my documentary. Take a journey, right? And no disrespect to anybody. I knew they weren't real back in 2003. I was like, there's no Sasquatch. I went out to disprove them. But I didn't go out to disprove them. In my heart, I went out to find the truth. And the truth is what I got. And the truth is they are real. So, and it's not my job to convince anybody. The evidence is out there. Look up Jimmy Chilcott. Look at Jeff Meldrum. Look at the Patterson film evidence. really have a look at it. You know, the DNA is out there. Melba Ketchum gets credit for it. Horse crap to that. It's Adrian Erickson that paid for and got that DNA. She was just a paid cog that did a test and took all the credit. So, but the DNA tests are here. I usually have it right on my desk, right? Unknown species. So you can't fake these things. Hi from Georgia Mountains, Todd. Do you believe Bigfoot buried their dead? I don't know about buried, but they certainly put them in a special spot. If so, you suspect there was Bigfoot burial ground. I'm quite certain there's a place they put their dead. Langchun, China, Gigantopithecus up in a cave, 40 feet. Nobody could get to it except a Gigantopithecus, and they put their dead there. They did that 200,000. Don't quote me. I think it was as long as 200,000 years ago they did it. So, would you consider using ground radar? Oh no, to find bones? No, I don't. I don't desecrate burial sites. No, and their burial area is going to be way out in the remote middle of nowhere. That's a can of worms. It's a layer too far for me to go, and a layer that I would not want to go to. Peace to Ukraine. Thank you. I have dreams where Jake and his family hang out with us in our pool. Super cool. Dreams are important. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Hello, Mr. Todd from Malaysia. It's 10 a.m. Thank you for joining us from Malaysia. What a beautiful place. I'd love to go there someday. Greetings from sunny Glendale, Arizona. Hello, Arizona. Lots of people on here from Arizona. It's a good thing I went to Australia when I was in the Navy. Fantastic. Todd, can you give them other gifts other than apples? I haven't. Robert, it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm just giving them the apples. I'm only going to do apples. I tried strawberries. I tried, picking berries, giving it to them. I don't know. They just like the apples. It's really working. I need to keep using the apples and take it to another level. You know what I mean? Like just use that, stay on that pedestal, and get another level from there. And I'm just trying to figure that out and that's what you do in a discovery process. Nobody's ever finished the discovery. So anybody working on this has to understand it hasn't been done before, but it can be done and it will be done. We will get this discovery. My brother's building on logging roads and they're finding tracks all over the place, but won't talk about it. And that's Northwestern Olympics. So in the Olympic Peninsula, there are Sasquatch. I saw one there. So absolutely. And that happens so much. But that's legit, right? People don't want to lose their jobs. Someone working in these areas, feeding his family, can think about that. Man, if the Sasquatch is here and if they they shut it down. I respect that, when people are, working. And so lots of reasons. But, and the other thing too is ridicule, right? John Bitternagel talked about that. The mocking, the chastising when, you find a track and it's a track and it's a track and you see it and it's real, but people will mock you and chastise you and there's discomfort in it, right? So Todd is a full-time Sasquatch researcher. Support the cause with a donation, and there's a link for it. DiscoveringBigfoot.org or Patreon. Thank you very much. And that's all I am. That's what I do. I make movies for it. I do TV shows for it. I guest star on TV shows like Survivor Man for it. I do newspaper stories. I do all that stuff. I put up with Ashley Ann and Darren and James and Kyle. I put up all their crap, all these annoying people. For the betterment of Sasquatch. I'm getting a stink eye now. Sorry, Kyle. No, I'm just joking. Show me Sasquatch says garlic. Yeah, I just don't want to mess with things. I just don't want to. I don't see any reason. Do you think I should change it, Ashley, or just keep with the apples?
I thought about it. I'm still thinking.
She's thinking about it. So I just not broken. Don't. Hello, Nora. A place to call Haroon. Lauren, I met. Hello. Show me Sasquatch mindset. Hello, show me Sasquatch. What a cool tag. Hello, Jory. Rob Files. Hey, Todd, considering Homo sapiens are only animal who flash their teeth when happy, do you think Sasquatch smile? I've never seen them smile. Never seen them show their teeth to me at all. They're very different. Like I talk about a positive experience with, I'm doing it on my Throwback Thursday. I was just talking about the old shaman of the group who was around me, and I felt so happy, but he wasn't smiling. He's just like, I don't know, I can't make his face. His face was neutral, but his energy was so powerful. And he was, what he was doing though was his body language. He was throwing stuff. He may not have been smiling. He'd like pick something up and try to bite it and go, that's not edible. Come on. But he wasn't, see how I'm kind of goofy? He wasn't being goofy. He was just like, shmeh. And he was playing, he was being playful, he was being fun, and I could see that and I could feel it. But never have I seen them. They don't go, hi. They don't do that. But you can feel it though. You can see it in the way they walk, right? If he's trying to show off, if he's smashing things, even the young guys that come in and bash things, it's kind of playful bashing. Like it's scary power. When they make a tree break, I mean, you got wow, like it sounds like a gunshot. They'll take a tree like 4 inches and snap it clean and go, yeah, boy, right? Woo! What do you think of that? Puff his chest up. How do you like me now? I go, pretty cool, right? And I smile back. And I think they get it. Maybe try not to show your teeth. I don't know what my advice with that stuff is, guys. You don't show your gorillas your teeth. You don't do it with chimpanzees. Maybe that's good advice. Maybe just smile, right, like that. So when the Sasquatch are really around, though, I sit my ass down and I eat grass. Show them I've talked about this lots before. Show them a behavior that they recognize as non-aggressive, non-adversarial, and not fearful. You don't eat when you're afraid. You don't eat when you're angry. You don't eat when you're going to fight. You eat when you're calm and you're at peace. So I just start putting stuff in my mouth. I've never been past that. I've never gotten to the next level of they're around and now what? They're around, now let's just communicate. Let's hang out. Let's just, go for a walk and be buddies. Let's go foraging berries together. I've never gotten anywhere near that level, guys. And that's really what Ashley is supposed to do. She's supposed to go hang out with Jane. Jane will show her some cool sap that she'll mix with some cedar and they'll make some ointment. And she's just nodding away right now. She loves her doTERRA oils and her nature and her love of nature, connectivity to the mountains and the land. It's beautiful, it's feminine, and I don't have any of that. which makes this discovery so powerful now. Because we have Kyle, who's 24 and he's young and he's got these new perspectives. And I have James, who's 10 years older than me, and Darren, who's, so domesticated, but so loving nature. Matt, who's special and got all these, extrasensory abilities. And then we got Ashley, who's very feminine and grounded and learning though, too. Like it's good that she's learning how to connect. She yearns to learn. That's powerful, guys. If you could be hubris and humble and ask for them to teach you, anybody, right? You just because the Sasquatch love nature and they love to do nature and talk about nature and teach nature. They love it. They adore it. They treasure it. So with Ashley out there, who's loving nature, even in a new way, loving the mountains in a new way, having all these incredible things going on in her body and her spiritual connectivity, so much is going on in her. And Jane is going to just attach to her and go, oh, girl, stuff. You know how girls can just put pecking orders and chickens and hang out. What's a good way to explain it? So they're going to get along. They're going to have a wonderful connection. I can just, yeah. So I've seen Ashley just connect with some people really well, or opposite. I've seen her go, people like, man, I don't like that some bitch. So, but I really, she's actually kind of, she's a bit of a outlier, a statistical outlier. I don't want to call her odd or weird, but she's very specific about who she relates with and who she'll affiliate with, which makes her very special. She's not out there loving everybody and liking everybody. She doesn't like most people. You don't like most people, right? James is pretty friendly. Ashley is the one person in this cooperation that is just very, I guess Kyle has his really niche, but Ashley is very specific about her foods, about her energy, about the people around her. She's very, very, I'm not putting that, she wouldn't use wipes that weren't organic and all perfect. I'm not putting that on my skin. Very particular about the water she drinks. And that makes her so special that it gives her more power to have really good success, because the Sasquatch are going to like that, going to appreciate her cleanliness, appreciate her detail, appreciate her that she's special, and they are more drawn to her. What happened with Jane has never happened to anybody ever. And I've taken lots of people out, men and women, and what Ashley was able to accomplish was very, very, very special. And I could see it too. Natasha, as an example, is young and embracive of technology and domestication and very free-spirited, but she's a little funny. She's a little goofy, right? And that's not Jane. So there's another female Sasquatch that I bet Natasha would get along with great. Probably a younger, goofier female. but there isn't one that I know of. All I know of is Jane. The other females, I'm sure there are that are there. You know what? I think the other females are happy with their lives and they don't want to come out. Jane is the only one that's just really, she's maybe the black sheep of the troop, but I don't want to call her that. Opposite of the black sheep. She's very special. She gets special privileges. She's, yeah, she's really appreciated. She's really loved by the troop. That's why Dad lets her get away with so much. She takes risks, right? Wouldn't you say? She's really out there. Well, you know what? She's confident in the universe taking care of her. She's confident she can go anywhere and be safe, and she's protected by the universe around her, if that makes sense. That's what I feel from her. And are you in agreement with that, Ashley? Ashley's really here, by the way. Like, I'll turn. Say hi. People are gonna think I'm crazy. I'm talking to the wall. That's okay. Anyway, so Todd, why do you throw off someone about releasing whole clips saying it's a red flag when you won't? Well, that's preposterous. Skunk Ape Farm, that is ridiculous. I released my full clips. Why can't people understand? There's no more Sasquatch. Literally, I film a Sasquatch and then I move. I literally, when I'm done filming, this is what happens. So with Jane, I filmed her until the camera got splashed on. You want to see the blurry me turning the camera off? No. I cleaned the camera, I turned it back on, or I went to the other camera. That's what happened with Jane. With Jake, I had a Canon, what was it? A 60D, the stupid little battery in it that recorded for an hour max. I'd already been filming for 40 minutes. I get my shot of Jake. This is what I'm thinking. I'm in a ghillie suit. It's 2010. I get my shot. That's incredible. That's amazing. Turn off the camera. Get closer for a better shot. And I did it 5 times. I wouldn't have got any of those shots. I wouldn't have got 5 shots. I'd have got 1 shot if I left that damn battery going. So do you understand? I took the shot. It's perfect. It's brilliant. I can't zoom anymore. I have perfect clarity. Let's go get the next better shot. That was what was going on in my head. So I turned the damn thing off and I went closer. You want to see the last shot of me running around? I can go do it right now. I don't need to show you. I can take my damn camera, go outside, go, throw the camera around. That's my last shot. There's nothing more. In video 2, the Sasquatch stands up and sits down. So I put the camera up. He stands up. He sits down. I turn the camera. I didn't even turn the camera away. I went up the hill with the camera. I never got another shot. So do you want to see me showing the ground for 3 minutes? And then get up there, look, the Sasquatch is gone. I can do that. Video 3, what happened? The Sasquatch ran his course and he's gone. I kept recording. You want me to see me record till the battery's dead? Because nothing else happened. It's the end. There was no more. What are Kubota? Did you even watch the movie? Kubota was no more battery power. I literally filmed, the camera went dead, and then I pulled out and I literally dropped that battery, done. It won't even turn the camera on. Put in the other battery from an hour ago that was dead, and I got another 6 seconds out of it till it died. When I was done with all my batteries and I couldn't film anymore, I took my camera and threw it on the ground. It's useless. I went up there and interacted with them. These are the things that happened to me. So it's not the pot calling the kettle black. It's you not listening. Listen to what I'm telling you. So when we talked about that other footage, the guy literally had the beginning and the end shot. Where was the middle? I never did that. I have the whole shot. Here's beginning to end. Actually, the truth is, you need to know something else. Other assholes, and I will say parasite scumbags, claim that's their footage. Really? Because I have 3 seconds on each end that I don't show anybody. I can't. It's in a safety deposit box, because about once every 2 or 3 years, some asshole comes forward and says that's his footage. Really? Where's the end and the beginning? And I go into court, because I've done it. I go into a court of law and say, here it is. Here's the end and the beginning. Where is it for him? He doesn't have it. He's a lying parasite. Have a good day. That's why there is a couple seconds at the end on each side that I have to do. Luckily, I was taught that. Otherwise, that footage, some other ass would have tried to take it, and it's a pain in the ass. There are parasites that attack me all the time. You see YouTube videos come down, that's because some ass says that's his shot. It's not. It's my shot. It's me. Some ass will come along and say that I'm Todd Standing. What? So this is the crap and the garbage I have to deal with. But don't call the pot. Don't tell me that stuff. Everything I have is clearly explained through intelligence and logic. I made the right decision turning off the camera for Jake. Yet to really understand that, there was no doubt that was the right decision. Because you need to understand too, I always tried to get a better shot and a better shot and a better shot. So I was always working for the better shot. Film, there's no middle section of my sequences that are missing. I show you from the beginning to the end. I started filming here. I turned the camera off there because I went down into my ghillie suit to move in closer to get a better shot. And there was so much going on there, guys. Don't think you know, because you don't. I can make a whole movie about all the things, why Jake came down, why I got that shot, why I got this other shot. 2 hours later, 4 hours later, I got another shot. What was going on? I could literally make a movie. There were other Sasquatch there. He was doing other things. He had to come down and do this. He had to come down and eat. There's layers of stuff I've never talked about, and I literally have to make movies. I can make a 2 hour movie about video 4 and video 5 alone. What happened? All the times I failed, all the times I didn't succeed, all the times I went in there and busted my ass and got attacked by a wolverine, charged at by bears, and all the mountain lion wolf crap I've had to deal with. It's a movie about what it took to get that shot, and it's really deep and really rich, and there's a lot of layers to it. Hey Todd, so just we've got lots of time left, 15 minutes. Todd, Jake and Jacob here. Oh, that's hilarious. How are you? Can we message you on Facebook? You can message me through the website. Could the troop that you interacted with distinguish blow up self-portraits printed as a form of way of communication? So I know what you're saying. This is BBQ Sean. Yeah, I don't want to put portraits out there of them. I don't really see a purpose in that. I really have to be careful about what I do. So I've thought about that a little bit. It just doesn't ring through with me. I'm not going to take pictures of them and put it out there. What are they going to do? So I don't know. I just don't see that. It's almost like a form of technology showing a picture of them, and I just don't see them embracing that. How does Sasquatch communicate with each other, Todd? I think through the pineal gland. I think they, I know they do. We have research and data to show they are in communication with one another telepathically at all times. So just quickly, when we filmed video 3, we knew where there were 3 different individuals, and Michael alerted, so he let one of the individuals know that he was there, and let's say it was 12 o'clock precisely. Mike's job is to pop out and say, "Boo, I'm here." So I didn't know. Well, I couldn't see Mike, and neither could the other Sasquatch. One Sasquatch saw Mike, and at 12 o'clock, all 3 Sasquatch immediately reacted. They didn't hit the ground. They didn't send out a base wave. A base wave would have taken time. Literally, I watched my watch, and precisely that second, my Sasquatch reacted, and Trevor's, there was 3 of us, and Trevor's Sasquatch immediately reacted. And I have multiple other pieces of evidence to also substantiate they are in continuous communication with each other in a brilliant, rich way. So that's the theory, and everything I see supports that. I feel they communicate with me that way. Ashley has had communication with them that way. Is that correct, Ashley? Like, lots of communication like that. So Ontario, Canada, hello. How come you and Meldrum do not reply to my skull pic I sent both of you? I don't know, because maybe he thought it was, somebody sent me a skull picture and it was a swine. It was a pig. So that was the last one I did. We see lots of that stuff. I sent it to Meldrum and he just immediately recognizes it for that. So yeah, and Facebook, I have lots of expeditioners. You don't go on Facebook, the Facebook page. Ashley does not go on Facebook and answer questions there. Why?
Because I don't go on to Facebook.
You don't like Facebook?
I don't.
Because we would like you to go on Facebook and answer some questions. We would appreciate it. Because she has wonderful perspectives. People can ask you exhibition questions. So there, but James is on there, Jason's on there, Kyle's on there, Matt's on there. There's lots of people. Logan, I don't see Logan here today, but I'm sure he's on there. So lots of people, and those guys love talking about Sasquatch, and they watch my live shows. Jason's gonna watch this, Kyle's gonna watch this, James is already on here. Can tree breaks have more than one meaning? Absolutely. This is from Shadow Guardian. I have an expeditioner, Bob, who just grabbed me one day. Even Ashley's had some special thoughts about them being a gateway, she told me once. But one of the most profound things that was ever told to me is Bob came up to me and grabbed me by the shoulder and looked me right in the eye and said, "Todd, there's a deep story being told here." And that just hit me so profoundly. Bob doesn't talk a lot. He's not a big talker. But man, he was looking, he's been watching, and this was his second expedition. He's touching those tree breaks, he's looking at things. He's a very intelligent man, very, very deeply wonderful family man, very passionate about the things that he loves. He's a beekeeper. Beekeepers live longer lives because there's something brilliant and special about them and the lives they live. Just a wonderful man. And when he hit me with that, it was powerful. I really felt it. So it was amazing. Daniel says it's only a matter of time. I completely agree. I hope it comes fast. Harold Holt Communication Station, Northwest Cape, Australia. Thank you, John. Hi, Todd from Quebec. Hello. I never saw Quebec. Huh. Gabrielle's from Quebec, but I haven't seen people from Quebec on here. There's a difference. Bigfoot is physical beings. Spirits are not. Agreed, Ginger. Thank you. Isn't that, and it's huge. It's apples and oranges, right? Clumping things together in paranormal, I think it's very irresponsible to me. So I don't even want to be like cryptozoology. Like that is crap. There's no, hey, this is how you become a cryptozoologist. Hey, Ash, you want to be a cryptozoologist? You are. That's it. Like John was really upset about that, and I support him. You can't just go be something. Hey, I'm that. So it's got no credential to it. It's got, you just say you're a cryptozoologist, you are, that's it, whatever. So, and it really, I don't know, the study of unknown things, it's like being a paranormal researcher. I am a Sasquatch researcher. I research Sasquatch. I don't know anything about aliens and all that paranormal. That's not my thing. I don't know anything more than a regular person would about those things. I know about Sasquatch. I've been studying them for nearly 2 decades. This is my life. Can you tell us more about the day watchers? Just the group will do things during the night and then sleep in the day, and there'll be a day watcher that watches over them. So it's not as simple as that. There are times when they're out during the day, so and they don't need a day watcher. So there's it's quite complex, but I don't know. It's in my documentary. Watch the mini doc. I talk about it a lot there. The Sylvanic mini doc. I put that up on YouTube, and yeah, I haven't talked much about day watchers in a long. We're not really doing that right now. We're not trying to infiltrate the group. We're just getting them to come around. Completely hypothetical. This is Jeffrey Rizzo. If you put a realistic Sasquatch went into research or acting like a Sasquatch, what do you think reaction would be? They wouldn't buy it for a second. Not for a second. They'd just be like, you're just not fooling anybody. You know what would be amazing? I would love to do, but it's not possible, is get a gorilla out there, right? That the Sasquatch would lose their mind in an awesome way if they ever saw a gorilla walking out there. I don't know why. Just my heart just rings that through. I've been with the gorillas in the Calgary Zoo. Maybe that's not significant. They really resonate with me, and I have real wonderful feelings about them. I see the way they are. I see the immense similarities, and just something in my heart tells me if they ever saw a gorilla, like female or male, they would just latch right on them and love them and suck it up and enjoy it, because gorillas they have a lot of wilderness, a lot of wild, a lot of love for nature, great serenity in their hearts, like a Sasquatch. Just so much similar. I talk about the similarities that science can see, the phenotypical similarities that we can watch, the sizes of them, the power of them, the behaviors of them. But there's something much deeper that I feel like looking at a baby gorilla. I feel so much like looking at a young Sasquatch. The look of them, the fuzzy, the eyes, and even like gorillas don't smile, but gorillas can look happy. There's the perfect example. I've seen gorillas look happy and goofy and fun, but they're not smiling, and and that's what I've seen in a Sasquatch. That's why there's so many of those similarities. I just know if I took a gorilla out there again, but I'll never do that. So it's just completely hypothetical. Yati Todd from New Mexico, Albuquerque. Gratitude for that, my friend. Thank you. 1969, Mark Twain Forest, first time. Show me Sasquatch. Cool. Rob Bob, have never seen a Bigfoot, but I saw 2 Thunderbirds once. Really? Cool. Like, that's paranormal, right? Is it, though? Because aren't Thunderbirds a known species, just thought to be extinct? So I'm going to look, somebody made some donations. It better not be Darren. Darren is a long-time expeditioner that's been out with me so many times, I can't even... There's Darren. So you're making donations, Darren, you punk, giving all the money to YouTube. Anyway, it's all good. Thank you, Darren. I don't see where the donation is. I'm looking for it. Hopefully there was a question to go along with it. Oh my goodness, how many? Wow, let's take a random here. Chile, cool. Hello from Chile. Oh, and Ghostwriter has given me heck. It's pronounced pineal. Pineal. Isn't that what I'm saying? How do you pronounce it?
Pineal.
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 It's he's saying it pineal. 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 So that's important, and I apologize. It used to bother me when people go gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus. No, it's Gigantopithecus. It just took me a little while to get it right. That is the correct enunciation for Gigantopithecus, which I am very convinced is what Sasquatch is the descendant of. There's this is the problem with Sasquatch community. Todd can't open his mind to even begin to understand other people's experience. What is so Jay, is he complaining about me? This is the problem with the Sasquatch community. And it says Todd can't open his mind to even begin to understand other people's experiences. Oh, well, I completely disagree with you. I love to open my mind, and I love to embrace other people's experiences. I feel so much of my research is based on other people's experience. So much. So many people I could name off of that. Like Randy Brisson comes to the top of my head. You know, besides John Benedigo, Survivor Man, like I embrace their experiences. Um, so many people. Claudia Ackley had experiences, and I really open up my mind to those. I love to. I love to embrace it. I love to hear it. But if I hear BS, I call BS. Not gonna lie. It just if something doesn't ring true about it, I'm gonna be honest. Agreed with the pineal gland. Clean, they are 1000% more in tune with vibrations. See, look, you guys are so in tune. That's so cool. Todd, have you ever witnessed a tree break or interviewed anyone who has? Didn't I? I think, you know what's funny you mentioned that. James just told me about someone who witnessed it. And so, yes, just recently, James Penner, who's on here today, found somebody who has, and I've witnessed it once. So it was amazing. Totally amazing. And then I've been, one of the most profound ever was about a 4-inch tree break that happened. I didn't see it. What I saw was I saw the tree shaking at the end. Like I heard, I thought it was a gunshot. It sounded like at the time I was really in tune because I had a 44 Magnum. It sounded like my 357 Magnum going off, like bang. Except there was cracking at the end, like so it was gunshot sound with some crunch at the end. And then we went over there and saw that there was a tree break. So obviously that's what happened. It was fresh, brand new tree break. So amazing. But then you know, I go out with Darren, and a tree break happens. We were never more than a mile away from it, and we never heard it. And this was a tree break, man. What was that tree break, Darren? Like 5 inches. It was one of the most incredible tree breaks I'd ever seen. Amazing. So, and we didn't hear it. So, I mean, how is that possible? So, Lee Baker's, ours is messed up with fluoride. We're talking about the pineal gland. See, everybody's talking about more rods than cones eyes have. So, yeah, you guys talking lots about. That's great. Most must be down every rabbit hole. Okay, these are sleeping stones. Eventually, the truth. Thank you, Daniel. LSD affected my pineal gland. I'm sorry to hear that, Rob. Don't drink tap water, right? So look at you guys are in tune with this stuff already. That's awesome. Royal Creations. Notice the grayness of the skin of the Sasquatch is gray matter, a sign of really? Notice the grayness in the skin of the Sasquatch is gray matter, a sign of higher intelligence. Wow. What do you think about that? I don't know what to say because you're right. Their skin is like grayish, but so is like a gorilla, right? Yeah, it's gray though. Yeah, I could. I don't know what to say about that, but thank you for that information. Sasquatch is definitely paranormal. It is. It is. It falls into that category. Peace to that, but doesn't mean it makes me happy. My goal and the whole point of the discovery of Bigfoot is to not make it paranormal. Kate says thank you for everything you do. You're welcome, Kate. It's my pleasure. So Royal Creation says boom, and then I want to just scoot down and see who made that donation because. Oh my God. See, the questions just in the beginning, we go slow and then bang, there's hundreds of questions. I hope you guys are, I'm happy to see you guys are communicating and talking amongst each other. And that's it. Oh, Ginger Paranormal. Wow. She says, I love your channel and And I love Ashley. What's Ashley? It's Ashlee. There's no, it's Lee. Lee is her last name. So, yes. Oh, when did you see? I haven't really. Do you know Ginger Paranormal? She loves Ashley. Where have I? I haven't even done. I haven't done any videos with Ashley. Oh no, I did a show with Ashley. That's right. So you can go on my YouTube channel. I guess I've done two things. Ashley, you can see in the show. She's very quiet. Oh, she's on Conscious Vitality, but Ashley is very quiet when I'm there, and she'll mostly just go, yeah, oh yeah, oh, and then she'll go, yeah, 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 yeah. So it's very hard to get things out of her because she's. That's why Jane likes her. That's why I like Ashley too. So we like that. Everybody likes Ashley. So really true. Everybody does like Ashley. Yeah. So she'll get along much better with people. So I'm sure it's just that Darren did the other donation. But I'll do one more question. Just randomly give it a roll. There it is. It's you, Darren. You Wolfgang Wolf. So obviously you have too much money. I'm going to start charging more for your expeditions. I'm going to do Rick Dudley as the last question. Hi Todd, my name is Rick Dudley. Love watching you. I've learned a lot from you. Love your stuff. Don't miss anything. Can give me a shout out. Airfield Beach, Ohio. Thank you, buddy. You're welcome. And then I see Tatsu Cal speaks. Jeff Kaufman. Batteries don't last sometimes. Some go dead fast due to weather, heat, cold, etc. I have double batteries for my Canon and 6 backups because I learned from dead battery stories. Yeah, I don't know. And I learn I make mistakes all the time. So, but one more question. Jeffrey L. Kaufman. I understand Les Us went completely wacko when he was trying to do some filming when they were around. I understand less us went completely wacko. I think Jeffrey's just talking about, so just to answer that question, because people talk about that, about their camera going awry and having trouble with their batteries and dying out. I've never had that problem ever. So I've been nervous. I've been shaky with the camera, but my camera batteries have always been on par. I've never had anything. Okay, a long time ago in the very beginning, someone was using film, a gentleman I worked with, and the film got really blurry and weird. Like weird waves were in it, and so we had some really weird stuff. It was a film camera that was shooting with film, like it was the chemicals of film, and it went really weird. So, but since then, I've used digital, and I've never had any problem with any kind of clarity in any way, shape, or form. No battery malfunctions, no equipment malfunctions, nothing of any sort. That a lot of people that I trust, a lot of people that tell me incidents, and I believe seem to have had those troubles, but I have not as of yet. But I think it's something that should definitely be considered, and it's something that's very interesting to me because, like somebody said, I don't listen to other people's stories. That's crap. I do, and other people I trust have said that. So I feel like there's something to it based on the experiences of other people's incidents. So thank you very much for tuning in today. Thank you very much, Ashley, for participating. Um, and I love doing this show, guys. It's awesome that you guys tune in. There'll be a good Throwback Thursday video tomorrow. So look for that, especially James, because James will be in it. James already knows what's going to happen. It's when we gave the apples to the Sasquatch, James, we had that little problem, right? That was a wonderful learning experience, and I'm so happy it happened. So I'll be live next week again. I love doing this show. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. Take care, and I'll be back soon. Until then,